Time to embark on a thrilling podcast quest. Listen to our AI-generated podcast review of Chapter 4, Witch Trinity, The Calling. A memorable experience for the supernatural curious. A new chapter of the podcast will be available weekly, so subscribe or click the notification bell to not miss out. And please share the link with others. Enjoy the podcast.
Let's dive into Witch Trinity, The Calling.
I gotta say, this rare book of magic, I think it's gonna be a page-turner.
Yeah.
Especially since you mentioned you love this stuff, magic and history and how relationships
Kind of all tie in with these powerful forces, so.
Absolutely. And I think what's really captivating from the get-go is how Jones just throws us right into it.
You know, he doesn't waste any time with the supernatural. Chapter 1, Serena's encounter.
Yes.
That mysterious woman.
Oh, yeah.
It just grabs you right away, that narrative hook.
It totally grabbed my attention, and then
And we see Simon, he's like,
totally enthralled by the grimoire.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, there's some serious magic in those pages.
well, there's definitely more than meets the eye.
Because see, that connection between the woman and the book, that's not just like a spooky coincidence.
Yeah. It's like textbook foreshadowing, hinting at something bigger to come as Serena's story unfolds.
Okay.
And then Chapter 2, we meet Delph and Shorn, who are apparently Simon's good friends.
Right.
But my spidey senses were already tingling, and Serena's intuition seemed to pick up on it too.
Yeah. No, Jones does this masterfully again.
Like he uses foreshadowing with her feeling uneasy. It's like a premonition.
This underlying sense of danger, and it makes you think these women, they aren't who they seem to be.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. It's like that scene was just dripping with suspicion.
It was so well written. And then there's Simon's mom, right? She adds a whole other layer to this.
Oh, absolutely. She brings this tension between...
Simon and Serena, he's caught between his fiance and his mother. It's like classic,
Right.
Loyalty to family versus love and what he really wants.
Yeah, and then Chapter 3, things really get interesting. Serena has that intense vision in the cafe.
It's like she's launched into this whole other supernatural world,
Yeah, that cafe scene is so important. The imagery is so powerful.
The dark cavern, it's like this unknown part of Serena, right?
And the woman in white, she's like this ancient, wise, powerful figure, and it makes you think of Serena's own potential.
Oh, and that line she says, the woman in the vision, like, you are more powerful than you realize.
Oh, yeah.
Chills, talk about foreshadowing. It's like a message directly to her.
Exactly. And then there's the whole Witch Trinity event.
Serena, Delph, and Shorn merging. It's not just a plot device.
It shows how connected their fates are, this immense power they have together, and the way it's tied to Earth.
It suggests a connection to nature, to ancient magic.
Okay, so we've got magic, we've got mystery, a little danger, and now this epic merging of power. Where do we go from here?
Well, in Chapter 4, Serena's off to Paris for work, and
What starts as a normal trip quickly gets unsettling.
it's like her dreams and reality are blurring, mirroring that disorientation from the cafe vision.
It's so smart how he builds suspense and that taxi driver.
You just know something's off right away.
The way Jones writes about him, the silence, the staring, it's eerie.
It's like he uses the taxi, something we all know.
To trick us into feeling safe. Then, bam, he flips it and reminds us that danger can be anywhere.
And then it gets even more intense when she gets to the train station.
Oh, yeah.
The way Jones describes it, deserted, dark.
It's like he's purposely making her seem vulnerable.
The setting really becomes a character in itself.
The darkness, the wet streets, they all reflect how uneasy she feels.
And then, bam! Out of nowhere, this stranger shows up, and everything just escalates so fast.
That description, hypnotized-looking zombie with
Oh.
glowing eyes, like what?
It's interesting, though, we've talked about all this foreshadowing.
But here Jones throws in a more immediate threat.
Like he pulls us out of these subtle hints and throws us into a chase scene.
Yeah, it's a real shift in energy.
And did you notice how he uses short sentences during the chase?
It mimics her heartbeat, her panicked breathing. We're right there with her.
Oh, absolutely. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, feeling every step in those heels.
But you have to admire how quickly she thinks, tossing her suitcase to slow the guy down.
That shows you a lot about her character.
Even scared, she uses what she has.
Which makes everything that happens next even more impactful.
See, Jones doesn't make her this fearless hero. He shows her vulnerability, too.
That's so true. Like, come on, running in heels through a dark alley, we've all been there.
Just kidding. But seriously, that fall, hurting her ankle, another obstacle right when she thinks she might get away.
And the symbolism there, it's important.
The fall, the pain, it reminds us that even with the magic, the destiny talk, she's still human.
It makes you wonder, how can she get out of this? hurt, alone, totally outmatched.
That's Jones for you.
He pushes her to her limits, and in those moments, you see her inner strength.
Like when she tries to scare the attacker, even though she's obviously terrified.
Exactly. It's like this last attempt to be in control, to be defiant in the face of danger.
And that's when he takes her phone boom, cutting off her connection to everyone.
It's like he's intentionally isolating her, leaving her completely vulnerable.
And the way Jones describes the attacker right then, it's chilling.
His advance is deliberate, his intention to harm clear. This is way more than just a robbery now.
It's like the whole story is holding its breath, and we are too, waiting to see what happens next.
It's like he's saying, this is serious now, you know?
It really is.
He's backing her into a corner.
Yeah, and she raises her arm to protect herself.
Right. It might seem pointless.
But it shows you something about people, like that refusal to just give up.
It's so powerful. It's like,
Here she is, an ordinary woman.
and everything's gone crazy, but she's still fighting.
Exactly. Jones really puts you in that moment.
He makes you feel how terrifying it would be.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then he leaves us hanging there, waiting to see what happens.
It's brutal.
Wow.
You just want to know, did she find her magic?
Who is this guy? What does he want?
Right. Is this random, or is there something bigger going on?
Could this be tied to that mysterious woman?
Ooh, good point.
Or even the grimoire?
Jones wants us asking those questions.
He gives us the magic, the mystery, the danger, and we have to put it all together.
I love that.
You
That's a real cliffhanger. I need to know what happens next.
Who is this attacker? What's his deal?
Yeah, is this random, or is there something more going on, you know?
Exactly. Like, those are the questions we're left with.
It's like we were talking about all the threads of magic and mystery
Yeah.
and danger, and it feels like they might all be connected.
Right. And it's our job to figure it out. And that's what makes this book so good.
Yeah.
Jones takes us on this journey with Serena.
We're right there with her.
Yeah. And he leaves us wanting more.
So to everyone listening, what are your theories? We need to know.
What do you think is going to happen next?
Keep those pages turning.